Hello everyone and welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. Today in the Wind Waker Randomizer Season 4 tournament we've got a winner's bracket quarterfinals match between Tanjo and jwiste. This is actually going to be a serious broadcast. We're going to have game 1, Game 2 and Game 3 all in the back if needed. And talking you through the first game will be Orange Plastic Cup and Snacks. You two, take it away.
Hello.
Right.
Hello, Zelda Speedruns. How's it going? Hi, Snacks.
Hey, Cup, how are you?
I'm great. I'm better for seeing you. I'm better for seeing chat. I'm better for having George.
Shout out to George for setting up all 3 races, because
Yes.
Yep.
my god.
Sitting for like 9 hours. Shoutouts to our to our trackers. We got Halcyon Haley. We got Sir Kilp.
Shout out to the
epic
trackers
gamers.
too. Just so
Oh, yeah.
people know, we will not have the same set of commentators and trackers for all 3 games because Also, we're not 9 minutes into the race. I forgot to set the stream delay. There you go. We are not 9 minutes. Yeah. Also, yeah, they may have coordinated on the name there.
I didn't even realize. Oh, that's great.
That's a real Uncle Knox moment right there. I think these next like 2 to 3 games are going to be really exciting. Tanjo and jwiste are like super like on the same level, like almost like the I don't know what seed they are, but very close when it comes to skill level. So I think we're going to see some interesting strats and some interesting routing. And we'll see what they pull off.
But it looks like we are off.
The best island to start off. We start at Fire Mountain, Clarion's favorite island, for those of you who didn't know. I see an immediate warp to Mother and Child. That's not a bad play. Just get that check out of the way. It's not faster to like put it off or anything.
Yeah. Honestly, typically I do Windfall to Northern and then Mother Child, but really doesn't matter. Note to Mom. Okay.
Yeah, I think Windfall. Yeah, the Windfall play isn't that bad because you might get a bottle somewhere, and then you can just go straight to Outset. But it's not the worst play in the world to just go straight to Mother and Child, so you don't forget.
No, it's... Looks like we do have Forbidden Woods, Tower of the Gods, and Earth Temple today.
Of course, we have Earth Temple. Early grappling hook. That's very nice.
That's very interesting. As we do see a prediction start up in chat, so drop those points to whoever you think is going to win today. Or at least this race.
Grappling hook is always a very nice first item to get. There's a lot of things that you can do with it that, like, if you don't have a leaf, it's convenient. Especially if you have Taji. Especially if the leaf is like in the big key chest of Taji. Well, that's not possible, but you know what I mean. Deep into Taji.
It can be in platform room, and that's enough for me to hate it.
That also means that grappling hook can be in the platform room, which is also equally gross.
Well, no, it can't, because you need either leaf or grapple to get there.
That's true. But if you have leaf, then it can be in there. Alright, Tot giving us $200, so no grinding for rupees, which does change the routing a little bit on Windfall. I think it just changes the routing in the Tingle Maze.
Actually, I don't think it really does. I mean...
I know Tanjo likes to pick up an extra rupee in in Tingle Maze, I think, because he gets one in the Tingle Maze, or either 1 or 2. I don't know. It means that you don't have to worry about getting 20 rupees somewhere. Ooh.
Mirror Shield on Tingle.
Mirror Shield on Tingle is not a bad item to get, especially with Earth Temple and Logic.
Oh yeah. And Wind Gods, which doesn't really do anything, but...
It's a cool song to play.
True.
If we get Leaf or Hookshot, could see early Angular, question mark? Angular always loaded until it's not.
True. Oh, you diddle to the RNG gods. Oh god. Honestly, I don't think we'll be seeing early Earth Temple. I know both of these guys hate Earth Temple, so...
Yeah, Earth Temple is very slow.
Magic Armor. Okay.
Magic Armor also one of those meme items that is actually kind of useful.
True.
Like you can use it to not get knocked off your boat if you need to do any boat shenanigans.
Yep. Some runners use it for Ganon as well.
You can use it for Ganon as well, which is very nice. Sometimes Ganon just gives you a little too many smacks. Can save a little health.
Oh yeah.
Right, the NFI play here makes sense. I literally always forget to go to NFI. And then it always ends up having something. Only when I skip it, though.
Oh yeah. No, I still remember Season 3, which it was always the play to go Northern Fairy, so... I'm a boomer, what can I say?
I mean, I support you in your boomer ways. I am just going to make fun of you for it.
Oh, of course.
Alright, let's see if we get good ropes today. Ropes are garbage.
Ropes are garbage. I will agree with that. For some reason, when they changed the ropes in SD to do what they do in HD, the game just did not like it, so ropes can be really bad.
There's a fun strat that you can do in this sub that we might see from Tanjo, where you can actually skip the last rope, and if you have... it's kind of precise, but if you can just grab the ledge from the third rope onto grabbing the platform. But if you fall, then it's like 10 seconds of garbage. Yeah, he's not going for it. It's smart to not go for it. It doesn't save that much time. And a boomerang on NFI, which is super cool.
Oh yeah. Opens up quite a bit, actually, for these runners.
Also just, like, not a bad weapon to have. Like, a early weapon, at least. Makes
No, not
headstone
really.
stub, not garbage.
Looks like we're seeing Beetle here for
Forest Haven.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I keep putting it off.
Nah, it's fine. Okay.
Beetle dead, so sad. My baby boy.
Crystal, Jeff bullies me all the time. It's fine. I'm used to
This
it.
is propaganda. This is not true. Alright, looks like we're seeing Cliff Plateau next. Oh yeah, because they got the boomerang, so they can actually do the.
They can do all the.
They can do the storage strat into that. I love the Cliff Plateau storage strat into Bird's Peak. It's so clean and so useful. I'm seeing outset from Tanjo, so a little bit of different routing. Again, not bad routing to go here. You get 3 checks off of outset if you do the storage or the roll clip into Jaboons.
This is very nice to see though, because unlike most races where people... Ooh, delivery bag.
Delivery bag in Mesa. You're robbing him of his satchel.
It's kind of
yeah,
mean.
the roll clip there, I believe, is frame perfect, but Tanjo's kind of a god
all roll clips
gamer.
are, yeah. All roll clips are.
Yeah, well, you're frame perfect. I think it's just, it's the same timing as storage, right?
Yeah, it's the same frame, so...
I don't know how it's like 100 times harder for me, though.
Something about, like, having to actually hold a direction and, like, my brain just goes brr, and...
Yeah. So Tanjo actually buying the golden feather there, which is actually not the worst play on the planet. If you get bombs and bait bag, but you haven't bought the 20 rupee item, you actually can't buy any Hoi pairs, which is pretty interesting. That you can only buy bait and then the bombs and then the 20 rupee item.
As we do see Jay actually opting not to do storage since he has grapple. It's just easier because he doesn't have to check that chest.
Ooh.
Deku Leaf off of Note to Mom.
Leaf from Note to Mom. Thank you.
That is...
Beto. Beto's mom, sorry.
Shoutouts to Beto's mom, yeah.
That is very nice. So delivery bag and Leaf to Tanjo. That is quite a bit of a sizable lead if jwiste doesn't check M and C soon.
Yeah, I think Jay typically likes finding a bottle before checking M and C, but he may realize he has to check it sooner or later.
Yeah.
As first try grapple clip, that was clean.
That will make every single sub for Tanjo quite fast though, which is not great if they find a weapon and start doing some subs, or even if he doesn't find a weapon. All right, let's see what BPR has for us.
Tanjo here going for the roll clip. Should hopefully get it soon. A bow.
Do you go for this roll clip?
I do, yeah.
I always just do the storage strat, which I know is slower.
I used to, and then I practiced it for like a little bit. Started getting it somewhat consistently, so I don't know. It's really just preference. I mean, yeah, if you lose 20-30 seconds, it's not the end of the world.
This is true.
As Tanjo finally gets the roll clip, Jay actually headed to Mother and Child, so he'll be... We'll see if he decides to go outside, but...
Well, yeah, he doesn't have delivery bag yet because he has to get that from Mesa. It looks like he's gonna do the, you can, clip out of here using chest storage if you store, the chest in here and then just do Cyclos. So he's actually not gonna know that he has no Tamam, for a hot second, until he gets delivery bag and then checks delivery bag.
Yep. But getting Cyclos out of the way definitely is a very nice thing to do, so...
Yeah, especially when you're jwiste and you are cracked at storage. I believe this is only faster if you get first try storage into like a quick ESS. I believe Jaboon's cave was nothing, right?
It was a bomb bag, so...
Oh, yeah.
Essentially nothing.
Essentially nothing. Yeah, I think it's still faster to go... Well, especially since it took so long trying to void out. It's faster to just warp to Southern Ferry and then just go to Shark Island for Cyclos there.
Yeah, typically it always routes really well in with Headstone too, so...
And we are seeing a nice gentleman's game of golf from Tanjo, except he's a dirty cheater, and he skips one of the holes. You hate to see it. Imagine cheating at a gentleman's game.
I know, right?
This is so sad.
So Bo was in Bird's Peak Rock, and Leaf was off of Note to Mom, which is in Mother and Child Isle. So, very fast start so far, but...
Yeah. Cyclos not helping us out, though.
Nope, not today. Jay headed off to Dragon Roost. Can knock down the chest on boulder, so we'll see all three, but I don't know if he's gonna go play control platform right after this. I doubt it.
I hope he waits until he gets the delivery bag and can just skip that sub. Yeah, Elijah, you're super right. Ooh, required golf. Too bad it was sullied by the vigorous cheating from Tanjo.
I know. Just capital D colon.
Big capital D colon. Our second Tingle statue from jwiste. Where was his first one?
It was Cliff Platt, I think.
And Salvage Core had EGL.
Highest style, okay.
Highest style, okay, thank you.
This is why we have trackers.
Strictly true. We got Salvage Core with EGL. Sorry, I'm just writing these down because I want to remember where they all are.
We'll figure it out soon enough, Haley. I think. Jack shopping to the Wind Waker dive strat. I was gonna say,
the Wind Waker dive strat here is faster than ESSing into the wall, which was found relatively recently.
Yeah. I forget exactly when, but I think it was Woofer who found it.
Woofer definitely pointed it out.
Tanjo here at 6-eye Reef, but like we said, you can just kind of skip it with Leaf, so... Ooh,
the leaf pumps are a little bit precise.
Yeah. You have to at least get 6. 7 is more consistent, but still really hard. Fly around platforms, having nothing, not overly surprising.
we will see soon, once he checks his inventory after he voids out, or leaves the area, what he stored from Justin Top and Boulder.
Looks like he's headed to Paw Print, so...
Yeah, Six Eye Reef is not very fun when you don't have a weapon.
Yeah, it is. It can be very brutal. Looks like Tanjo's gonna try it again though, so hopefully this time he gets it. A little low, but that should be okay. Ooh. I think he has enough magic to retry, but...
Yeah, he could probably get that. He will be out of magic, most likely, by the time he gets to the end. But he might just take the L and just try to grab the spear from the moblin, which isn't a bad play when you have the spear. The spear is actually like one of the most busted weapons in the game, especially when you do spin attacks with it.
Yeah, like, I think it's 3 hits on a moblin to kill it, so... As you can also see, the range on it is just massive.
It's huge. And we are seeing paw print from jwiste to Reno.
Makes sense.
Paw print always loaded.
Unless it's not, but...
Well, it's a 50-50 chance, yeah.
Power
Paw
bracelets.
print always loaded.
That is actually really good to get here. Jay
And
will be able
bombs on Six Eye Reef. That is going to be very nice for Tanjo.
That is very interesting. A shard in left boulder. Oh, it looks like Jay stored a shard in Cliff Plat. Cabana indeed, not bad, not bad.
Cabana indeed, very skippable.
Oh, true. I forgot DRI is a thing. To answer your question, Nickel, sometimes yes. If runners don't check very often what they got from storage, it can be very tough to...
Yeah, it's not that hard if it's like a sword, because you can just see that like on the main screen without even having to open the inventory. But if it's something like bait or anything that's kept in a bag that you don't have, you just don't know. Could be ghost ship chart, you don't know that until you check your charts. So you just have to be kind of good about looking and seeing what is in the inventory. Yeah, Tanjo, since he had the leaf for fly around platforms, you can actually do a different strat than what jwiste did, where you just leaf onto this pillar here, and then instead of having to run around the entire island. We're seeing Crescent Moon sub.
Unfortunately, no ghost ship chart yet, so can't quite grab that, but...
Yeah. It's very sad that Jay doesn't have his leaf for this, because this is like, I think 50 seconds.
It's around there, yeah.
Around a minute, which is very smelly. Tanjo will be able to just leap across this. I think even if you reset like 2 or 3 times, it's still faster, if not the same.
Yeah, this sub is just... It's just an auto-scroller, basically. I mean, there's nothing we can do to speed it up, unfortunately.
Yeah, they just set you on a timer.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Tanjo heading over to Paw Print. You can either, from DRI, I probably would have done, flight control platform from here, but he doesn't have his bow yet, so you don't have a backup. So you do have to reset until you get it, until you get the leaf pumps, which are kind of precise. So I can understand why he didn't want to do it.
So to answer your question, Tobias, there's a glitch in Wind Waker called storage, And storage is really useful because there's like a million different uses for it, but it requires you to do what's called a Wind Waker dive. So what you need to do is you need to pull out the Wind Waker, and on certain ledges you can drop. And also what Haley said too, while sailing, you don't stop very well because with Swift Sail you're moving pretty quick. So it's definitely nice to just kill all your speed like that. That's the very like basic.
Yeah, the Wind Waker is a very nice item because you can just kind of break the game with it in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
And Tanjo is running through his paw print checks now, so he's going to grab his Cabana Deed, he's going to grab his Onion Rings, and I think there's a shard as well, so he's going to grab that. And jwiste is grabbing his delivery bag. So kind of overlapping routes here. Hopefully Tanjo goes to Cliff Plateau soon. Oh, or to BPR, so that he can grab his bow, start doing his bow checks.
Yep. Looks like Jay did not check if his delivery bag, so not gonna get that leaf for now.
He should check it before he leaves Outset, because this is like the most convenient mailbox that you can get, especially when you don't have to worry about money. The fun thing about managing your rupees is that generally you will only go out of your way to get 20 rupees at the very beginning of the run, because you need to get the 20 beetle. But whenever you mail something, it actually charges you money, depending on how close you are to Dragon Roost Island. And if you mail stuff from Outset, since it's so far away from Dragon Roost, I think it charges you like 20 rupees.
Yeah.
So if you don't have 20 rupees, then you need to go find 20 rupees to mail your stuff, which is convenient for our runners now because they got 200 rupees at the very beginning. The trackers are managed by separate trackers, so that they can just completely focus on watching both, or watching whoever they're tracking. Today we have Halcyon Haley and Sir Kelt, two quite poggers human beings, doing the Lord's work. Alright, and Tanjo is now grabbing the Crescent Moon sub. Since he does have the leaf for it, he will just be able to skip it, which is good because it's nothing, which is very nice for Tanjo. He's going to be very happy about that. Hopefully he doesn't just decide to wait it out. Ooh, Jay actually not opening his delivery bag before he heads out. Hopefully he gets that soon before it's something important. Yeah, especially for someone like jwiste, who is a top-level runner. You want to waste as little time in your menu as possible, so he probably will not check that until he absolutely has to, which is good when it's nothing, but it's not good when it's your leaf.
Yeah, it's definitely a definitely rough when stuff like that is loaded, but
I'm seeing Bomb Island sub from jwiste, and I believe we're gonna see Angular from Tanjo. It was very nice. Early Angular, just getting that out of the way. It's two checks that are not near to almost anything, so getting those done early is very nice.
Skullhammer. Okay.
They're a nice weapon to have. Technically required for Earth Temple, but not that hard to skip. Alright, we're going to see a dip into Intern Island. People know my thoughts about this island, I believe. It has nothing to do with bombs. And it's bad. I don't like it. An Angular Isle from Tanjo. What are your thoughts on Angular Isle, Snacks?
Honestly, I'm a big Angular fan.
Oh?
It's always been one of my, I've always really liked it, but I always like it doing more with Leaf, obviously. iron boots on top, so
Useful for Ganon, kind of.
true, true.
Depending, lets you get some early jump or quick jump slashes, I should say. And now we're beginning to see why Bomb Island it's called Intern Island, for those of you who don't know. I have named it Intern Island. It was designed by an intern. There are 2 rooms in it, and both of them are terrible.
This first room can either be really good or really bad, and the second room is almost always just bad. Very few people like Bomb Island, but...
At Claire.
Oh, I know Claire's in chat. I knew she was going to respond to that.
A sword in Angular. Angular always loaded.
Straight facts, Cup.
Oh my goodness. It is a 50-50 shot to whether or not it's loaded. It either is loaded or it's not. So,
True.
Sometimes it's a gamble. But pushing it early is always very nice. So let's hope that Jay gets his leaf soon, or else Tanjo's kind of gonna take a sizable lead here. The swords are progressive. You start with the hero sword. Your second sword is the master sword. The third sword is the half-powered master sword, and then the fourth sword is the fully powered master sword. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say Tingle statue on Bomb Island, so could be loaded still, but.
Yes, a terrible trek in a terrible island. Incredible. I'm not a fan of the ankle check.
I've gotten over my hatred of Ankle. He's been loaded enough that I'll accept him, but I won't enjoy him.
That's fair. That is fair. I can support that.
Tanjo headed into Forbidden Woods here.
Ooh, a dungeon dip. Out of all the dungeons that you can dip, having these items this early is not a bad one. And Forbidden Woods is always loaded. It always has important stuff in it.
There's a very big joke earlier in the tournament where pretty much every qualifier had Forbidden Woods, and it had a sword in like more than half of those seeds, so.
Cabana from Jay.
I like it.
It doesn't have leaf or hookshot, but what you can do to get the top chest is you can actually do a Wind Waker dive off of the island. And it looks like he's trying to find the spot for that right now.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he's just gonna head into the island first.
He did open his delivery bag, so he should know now that he has Note to Mom. Let's see if he checks it. He does have Deed, but in order to get the top of the waterfall chest, you either need the leaf or the hookshot, or you just need to Wind Waker dive under the island. A bow in Climb to Top using Bokobaba bulbs from Forbidden Woods. Forbidden Woods always loaded. Always worth the push Forbidden Woods early.
Oh yeah. Jay actually gonna go ahead and check Note to Mom right away, so he'll get
Very
his leaf
smart.
finally.
Very smart. The bow that jwiste got was in Bird's Peak Rock.
Yep. So I could see Tanjo going Cliff Plateau after this. That's very possible, but
yeah, he probably will, because he'll go do his Forest Haven checks, hopefully. That's a smart thing to do after you beat the boss, because it just warps you straight back to Forest Haven. And then I could do 5-star, might gamble 5-star, and then 5-star into Cliff Plateau.
yep.
But he probably won't do 5-star. 5-star is very slow.
Okay, just a treasure chart on top, so nothing too special, but
Okay, now we get to talk to this snooty door and see what he's got for us. He actually calls us a baka, which is not very nice of him.
it's kind of a capital D colon, honestly, you know?
Yeah, I would say this is a real Uncle Knox moment right now. All right, and there are a lot of cool strats that you can do in FW. So right now, even though Tanjo has the small key, I believe he's gonna go do small key skip. I think it's still faster to do the rooms these way because you get to keep your storage.
Yeah.
And it's also just swag.
I mean, who doesn't like watching people run up and down walls? Like,
It's true.
Tanjo can avoid out there. Not a bad idea.
Hey,
Nothing
required.
Looks like it was nothing.
Ooh, hook shot in Cabana. That is huge.
That is massive for Jay.
That is so big. Hookshot in Cabana is a very gross place for it. It was good that they got Cabana D'd early and that Jay checked it early.
I know a lot of runners will typically wait to get hookshot. And command melody as well.
And command melody. Cabana busted.
It's loaded.
And hookshot. Wind Temple is not in logic, however, the hookshot is still logically required, unless you want to do some Morth hovers after the Puppet Cannon fight.
You know, I know Jay would happily do Morth Hover if he had to.
So, well, I don't know if Tanjo would happily do it, but Tanjo would definitely do it.
Oh, he would definitely.
And a sword! Oh my god, this is why you always do Forbidden Woods, dude!
What is the seed? Holy cow.
Oh my god, busted. Jet seed.
It's
Go
a
mode
jet
at 1
seed.
hour in.
We may see our first, like, sub 145 race here, if this is going at this pace.
Tanjo's first sword was in Angular Cave, which jwiste could not do because he didn't have the leaf or the hookshot.
Headed to 6 high sub though, so we'll get his bombs here. As let's see what Tanjo gets in mini boss.
A bottle?
Another bottle. Okay. Oh, that's just the first bottle. Never mind.
Yeah. Still cool. Yeah, no, the Woofer race I think was almost a sub 130. So second, I believe the second one, sub 145.
But honestly, whatever. It'll still be insane.
Yeah, no, that's still not discounting at all. It was a sub 130? Oh wow, I don't remember. That's insane.
I think that was like the one race I skipped. Because I don't remember that, but...
It was a really, really nice race. We're getting visited from Pup Time, the best account on Twitch.tv.
Let's go pup time.
Can everyone put their favorite doggo emote in the chat?
I gotta find out my doggo emote.
Haha Doge is personally my favorite, but I'm a little bit biased. Two pearls in a tot G seed in Forbidden Woods.
Yeah, this is a crazy Forbidden Woods right here.
This is insane. Sword. So we've gotten a sword, a bow, a bottle, and 2 pearls.
Yep. And we still have basement.
Yeah, and we're like basically halfway. And a shard? Are you joking?
What the hell is this?
Why is Forbidden Woods so busted?
And there's Din's.
And Din's pearl. I don't see. I missed what sub he went into, but now we know where all the pearls
That
are.
5-star? That might be 5-star. That's the only one I.
Ooh.
That or headstone.
If
Okay,
that's
5-star.
5-star, then Tanjo might not have access to top G for a hot second. I know he loves to not go to 5-star.
I think a lot of people do. It's really far out of the way.
It's super out of the way, and if you want to be optimal, you have to warp to Forest Haven, sail to 5-star, do the 5-star sub, and then if it's something that you need to keep, then you have to save warp out and then
Warp back
to Forest Haven.
Yeah.
Because it's faster to warp back to Forest Haven and then sail anywhere else. Like if you're going to Cliff Plateau, it's faster to warp back to Forest Haven and then sail to Cliff Plateau.
Yep. And a sword. Off of.
Ooh.
bomb mail, I guess.
Yeah. Did Tanjo not get his bomb mail?
I don't think he has yet, so...
Wow.
Unfortunately, George, we do not have a cat jam today.
Yeah, no, Tanjo hasn't checked his bomb mail yet. Wow, so you know where 3 of the 4 swords are.
No cat jam, race is cancelled. Just roll better seats, George. Forehead.
Yeah, we know where Fire and Ice and half-powered Master Sword are. That's insane.
Yeah, that is crazy. Jay joining in on the Forbidden Woods festivities here.
Yeah, they're coming a high 5.
Maybe on the way to Caladamus we'll see a high 5. I don't know.
Possibly. I think it depends. Well, depends where the big key is. 'Cause Tanjo has still not found the big key. Although I believe he opened the double Mothula chest, so he's not going for big key skip.
Yep.
Unless he stored it somewhere, in which case I'm not sure. Okay, snacks. Hot take. P-Hats, worst enemy in the game?
No, that's
Or the
just
key-
facts.
Or either that or the keys in that one room in TWW are like a hot second.
Yeah, I'd argue those two are pretty, both of them suck, so...
I think P-Hats are worse because they're in more places.
Yeah, and P-Hats, like, they will whoop you. They'll just keep hitting you repeatedly until you kill them, so... Magtails, eh.
No,
Magtails
yeah.
one
jwiste
in
grabbing his
DRC.
fire and ice arrows.
Yep.
That one room in DRC with that Magtail is terrible. I will give you that.
That's about the only bad Magtail I can think of, though.
Yeah, well, I mean Bomb Island, but that's just because they're adjacent to Bomb Island. That's the only reason I don't like them. And jwiste grabbed his fire and ice arrows because he grabbed his first bow from Bird's Peak. So hopefully Tanjo goes and does some 5-star into Cliff Plateau shenanigans soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Otherwise, Jay's gonna take a pretty sizable lead, I would say.
Yeah. Especially if ankle is required.
Yeah.
Alright. Is it vanilla big key?
It looks like it is. Nope.
No, I think
he
he
must
had
have
all.
stored it.
He must have stored it and then had
Yeah.
all the dungeon items. Interesting, interesting. Alright, we're gonna see our Caladamus fight from Tanjo. There are a lot of different ways that you can go about doing this fight.
Yep.
You can use fire arrows, you can use bombs, you can use the boomerang. Tanjo probably gonna go for boomerang strats. That's the smart thing to do when you don't have fire arrows. The fastest way to do it is with fire arrows, but that is RNG dependent. And also,
Yeah.
he doesn't have fire arrows.
That's definitely an issue, but... Looks like he actually got... Wow.
That was a very nice Caladamus.
Got the 2 tossers, so...
And a nice 1 cycle. What do you think Caladamus is gonna have?
I'm guessing Greg.
I
Oh
hope
dang,
it's
it was a
Greg.
shard.
Oh,
Feels bad, man.
what's even the point?
I know. Why are we even running this race? Just... end restream.
George, can you end the restream, please?
Yeah, just... Let's just all go home.
There is a spicy strat that you can do with picking up this Triforce shard if you have the boomerang equipped, where you can use the boomerang to grab the shard and then do a side hop, and then right before you land on the warp, if you time it correctly, you will grab the Triforce shard and then land on the warp. But it's...
George actually end the restream.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No, I did not. I just swapped to the scene quickly.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, did you actually end it?
No.
That's so
Alright.
funny. That's so funny.
Oh
Okay,
man.
and
You
Tanjo's
asked me
grabbing
to.
his
Okay, you
force.
asked me to.
I don't know
Hey,
what
I
you're
President
talking
blame me
about.
for
I
this.
respect it.
That doesn't sound like something I would do. That doesn't sound like me. Yeah, Tanjo is grabbing his Forest Haven checks now, which is smart to do, because right after you beat Calademos, you actually warp straight into Forest Haven right next to the Boko Baba Wolf, so it is faster to wait to do that, unless it's like your grappling hook or your leaf, and then it's super don't faster. There's nothing on Forest Haven.
Nope, that's a chart. Honestly, George, I don't care. We'll take the blame if it breaks the YouTube VOD. We'll take the blame.
Yeah, you can blame Snacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it can't be I was thinking like sword or boomerang or something. You get the idea. Picto Box.
Hog.
The throwbacks to season 3. What's even the point?
There's the shard for Jay. Or sword, not shard.
That's still spicy. Alright, we're gonna get 3 sick nasty letters from Tanjo. He's gonna get letter from Kamali, Bombs, and Orca.
Another shard.
Oh my god, dude!
That is all 8.
That's locked behind Forbidden Woods too.
Yep. There's the sword.
And there's the sword. I was about to freak out. I was like, "There's the last sword." That's just the sword from Bomb Mail.
And nothing off Orca Mail. But honestly, the fact that 3 shards are locked behind Forbidden Woods, and a sword, and a bow, and 2 pearls, my god.
Yeah, good for Tanjo though, because that means that Tanjo actually doesn't have to go around looking for shards, which is convenient because shards are, in my opinion, the worst thing to go around and try to find because they don't lock anything except for Hyrule.
Yep.
So they can literally be anywhere.
And also, chat, I would agree. This is looking like a baby seed right now.
George, that's a whole lot of words. I don't really understand most of them, but
What does half of
That's
that
a-
words mean? Yeah.
that sure is an Uncle Knox moment right there. Alright, and jwiste actually does have Tot G open now. Tot G looking like it might be a little bit empty though. We found...
Honestly, yeah, it's looking like our other 2 dungeons might be a little empty. At least compared to this, but...
I believe all of Earth Temple open though, right? We got Fire and Ice Arrows, we've got EGL, we've got Command Melody, we've got the Leaf, we've got Skullhammer.
Mirror Shield, yeah, it's doable.
So that means every dungeon open.
Yeah.
Oh, can you skip that cutscene by hanging on? I had no idea that that was even a thing, Haley. That's interesting. I'll keep that in
I've
mind.
seen it done, but I could never get it. I don't know.
I thought he
Maybe I
just fell.
suck.
That is true, Sergeant Shenanigan. This is definitely not over until it's over. It's
Tanjo
not over
actually
until Hyrule Gamble and into Vanilla Light Arrows.
Tanjo actually headed straight into Tachi. He's saying screw Overworld.
Interesting. He's saying he doesn't want to do BPR, which is kind of sad because BPR is super required.
Yeah,
But this is definitely the smart thing to do. If there's one dungeon that is awful to go mode, it's Tot G. It takes, I think you save maybe like 3 minutes by go moding it.
Yeah,
I kind of stand by that.
yeah, it's about 5, but
It's nothing compared to like go moding ET, which is like,
oh yeah.
you save so much time by go moding that. So you're gonna have to check a lot of the checks in here anyway. Might as well get all the checks, full clear it, do a quick full clear. Cabana was hookshot and a Triforce shard, I believe.
No, it's command.
No, not yeah, Command Melody, sorry. I promise I have it written down.
I remember the important stuff, and
I knew it was important, and that's what matters.
yeah.
Listen, Tuba, you're a cyberbully.
Yo, let's go. Hero's Charm.
Hero's Charm required. You love to see it. Is he gonna take the time loss to put it on?
I think
If you do have the Hero's Charm in your inventory and you don't put it on, you unfortunately do get disqualified from the race. Which is, I know, it's kind of weird rules, but they make sense.
Alright, we got the bunny ears. We're good for Tanjo, but... Jay picking up the fairy there, so... We'll see if he decides to go Grandma. I doubt it, until he at least gets Bait Bag to do Big Pig with it.
So Tanjo actually grabbed a small key in chest behind bombable walls, which is not super great. You want the first small key on. So the first small key has to be somewhere on the first floor, because it logically expects you to open a door with a key. But we always skip that key because we just do floor 1 skip. So if you don't find a small key somewhere on the floor, then you can skip this check that Tanjo's doing right now, which is hop across boxes. Hop across boxes sucks. It's really slow. It's slow, and it's annoying to do. So if you can skip it by knowing that it's a small key, that's great. But if not, then you have to gamble it.
Yeah, unfortunately, hop across. Without fire and ice arrows, there's really not a way to do it any faster than it's intended, so you're kind of stuck just to do.
What you can do if you have leaf and fire arrows is you can actually leaf pump across, grab the ledge, and then just use fire arrows on the torches, which makes this check less worse, but not by much.
God damn it, Tuba.
Alright, let's see if
Those
it's
who,
required.
For those who maybe don't get what Tuba's talking about, he did unfortunately have to forfeit a race because he forgot to track a small key in Taji.
Nice.
So...
And if you didn't see, Tanjo actually grabbed the compass in hop across boxes, which is very nice because now he knows where all the hidden chests in the dungeon are.
True.
Which does make his life not at all easier because he already knows where they all are. But it's a thought that counts.
See, but the thing is, he doesn't have a map, so he doesn't know where he's going. But
That
he'll
is
know where the
true.
chests are.
All right, jwiste grabbing his picto box. All right, we may see some divergence of routing here if jwiste doesn't head directly to Taji, which would be interesting. We could see some overworld. I don't know how much overworld he has left, but he could also go push ET. All right, grabbing his $200 from Orca, getting his allowance money from the old man. Looks like we're not seeing a push to Taji. Oh, is he going to Angular? To
Looks
grab
like
his,
it, yep. Yeah, so I'll grab his sword here.
Yeah, he'll grab his iron boots and grab his sword. Oh, looks like he's going to Ice Ring first, which is smart.
Yep.
Ice Ring is pretty quick when you have the hook shot and the leaf.
I believe Jay's missing shard. Crap. I think it's golf. I don't think he got that one.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I think it's golf. Alright, top G's so far looking pretty empty, except for the Hero's Charm, which is super required.
Fire Mountain has not been checked yet, so...
Yeah, they spawned on Fire Mountain, which is not a great spawn, because that means you like really can't head back. It's a weird warp if you get Fire and Ice arrows. It's not the spawn that matters. It's the fact that you don't get Fire and Ice arrows for a hot second. Fire Mountain is not the best thing to check. Ghost ship.
Oh, there's
chart.
our ghost ship.
Nice. We get the spoopy chart.
I believe it is second night for Jay, so it'll be up Bomb Island next. Don't quote me on that though.
Everyone make sure that you quote Snacks on that.
I mean, go ahead. I don't really care, but...
And for those of you who didn't see, Tanjo grabbed his, I believe it's not his 4th Tingle statue, but the 4th Tingle statue that we've found so far in the Armos Knight's room. Whenever Big Pig isn't required, I get very sad. So hopefully Big Pig is going to be required this seed. I wanna see some pig yeetage.
Oh yeah. I think everybody likes watching some pigs get yeeted, but...
Emily, why do you like chaos?
I don't know if I like that.
Alright, let's see what the stone tablet is. The cutscenes in this dungeon and the stone tablet. So top G is kind of weird, in that you have to actually check certain checks to progress through it. You have to check the stone tablet thing to progress, because it opens the next door. So that's part of the reason like you don't want to have to go mode top G, because you have to open this and you have to open the big key chest.
Yeah.
And you have to find a small key. Like there's one small key that you can't skip.
And there's the sword for Jay.
Yeah, so Jay kind of pulling ahead here.
Yeah.
He's got Fire and Ice arrows. He's got the Ghost Ship chart. That could be required. He's got Command Melody, which isn't required for Tot G, but depending on what is in ET and what strats you go for, could be useful.
Tanjo actually going to go ahead and do boomer strats here. I respect it. As a boomer myself, I respect it.
I know Tanjo. There's a setup for this. That's so sad.
Luckily, unlike other strats, if you fail this one, you can it's oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
But it is
Tanjo
savable.
unfortunately doesn't have Command Melody, and he also doesn't have Soup, which is gonna make leafing very sad. He's gonna have to start pulling out his grappling hook. Command Melody skip is not the easiest thing on the planet. You do it a lot, but it's very smelly.
Oh, I fail this all the time. Like,
Yeah. All right, we're seeing FM from jwiste. An interesting play.
oh no.
He usually loves to skip Fire Mountain.
I think he's realizing this seed that this would be where Light Arrows is, just to like really screw with the runners, but
Yeah. He does logically he should only have one bow right now.
Yep.
So his second bow, or his first bow, but logically his second bow is locked behind bait bag.
third time's the charm for Tanjo. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, Command Melody skip, even the quote-unquote easier boomer strat, is still really can be very annoying, so...
Yeah, and he used a lot of his magic, so he actually can't leaf over to the Dark Knight room. He has to
slowly grabs over. As
Trevor! Oh my goodness, required Fire Mountain.
Yo, what? The seed is insane. So many memes.
So many memes. I hope we find Hurricane Spin.
Actually,
Happy
with ET,
Pride Month,
Hurricane
everybody.
Yo, happy Pride Month, by the way. But with the, especially with Earth Temple in there, if you get Hurricane Spin, such a feels good moment.
Very true. Jal Hollow with Hurricane Spin and Soup is chef's kiss. So,
Right.
so Lost. Trevor is, actually, Snacks. Do you know what it stands for?
I do. So it is Tingle's Rainbow Extra Valuable Optional Rupee. But instead of saying all that, we made the acronym Trevor. This is originally gotten with all the Tingle statues in the vanilla game, but obviously in Rando, it's always fun to see it. It's 500 rupees, so it's really good in expensive purchases or charts.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's good
really-
for Triforce charts. It's good for anything that you need to spend a lot of money on.
Yeah.
It's just funny because it's a rainbow, and there's only one like it. It's a unique item, which is fun. Which is fun to have. Not as fun in the original game. In the original game, it's worth 500 rupees, but it's not rainbow. It's just an orange rupee. But we changed that in the rando.
Yep. But yeah, as we said last, there's a reason why we call it Trevor and not the entire name, because that would be really hard to say repeatedly.
Yeah. To be fair, Kolpin, there is always a wallet. There is one wallet upgrade always in Logic because you get mail from it, and all the mail checks are in Logic.
Yep.
We're seeing great fish from jwiste.
So actually, Tanjo knows one of these checks has to be a key, so he's actually hoping it's top of platforms, because that would be really high.
Top of platforms is a very annoying check to have to go to.
Oh yeah.
All right, great fish hidden chest.
Double magic. All right.
Double magic from great fish is always kind of out of the way, but not bad to get.
Yep.
Yeah, Greg is just the green rupee of eternal glory.
Yep. It's a meme in multiple rando communities.
The hookshot is in upper floor chest of Cabana. Alright, we've seen some more overworld. Honestly, not that bad, seeing as how empty TWW is and probably how empty Earth Temple is going to be. Because you can always kind of tell because Forbidden Woods was so loaded. That means probably your other dungeons are going to be empty.
Yeah, after this, Tanjo most likely will be doing overworld, I would guess. Like we said, it doesn't lose much time to do full clear TWW, even if it's empty, but of course this would be the time where there's a sword in Big Key Chest or something, but...
Yeah, Haley, this is super smart from Jay. Just like knock these out of the way while you're in the area. They're super quick, just one and done. You don't want to have to come back for them because then that's just like an extra warp and extra sailing. You can also do the fastest diamond step because you can clip through something. You can clip through one of the walls with the bomb, hookshot the chest, and then leap over to the next one.
Yeah, it's really, really fast. It's a little hard to learn at first, but because it's kind of precise, but once you get it done consistently, it is so good.
Did Tanjo not check floating platforms?
He didn't.
I don't believe he did.
He's missing map and big key. I guess he's just gonna do big key skip, but...
The reason a void like that stays in the game is you don't... So Link voids out whenever he's like pushed up against the ceiling, but I don't know. There's a lot of places in the game where the developers just didn't expect you to push yourself against collision, because the royal crest actually extends a bit out from the actual wall.
Yeah. Yeah, basically the way Link voids in this game is that the game will always check where his head is. And if his head is out of bounds or getting crushed, that's when they'll avoid you. Also, what Tuba said in chat, they didn't pay their interns enough to check every wall, but...
Alright, Needle Rock, the inside being nothing. Alright, Tanjo is in fact going for big key skip here.
Yep. I guess I don't mind this play. Skips floating platforms.
Especially if you're consistent with your storage here.
Yeah.
Alright,
Jay not
Needle
finding
Rock
anything on Needle
completely
Rock.
dead. Yeah. It's
I mean,
still
he found
not
some-
bad. It's still not bad to check them now. Just get them out of the way and then just like rush through your dungeons. Because now even if Tanjo... Because we now know that all those things are dead. But Tanjo doesn't know that those are dead. So if he goes and pushes those before Earth Temple, and then Earth Temple like has his Go Mode item in it, that's gonna be very sad.
I don't think Ghost Ship is there tonight, Jay. Yeah, it's at bomb. Tanjo, this is so much slower.
It's slower, but I think it's a little bit more consistent. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I mean, I don't
He's
really
worried
find
about
it.
the Cargarak.
Just kill it. I don't know. I guess it's just an idea of... It's what he's more comfortable, so... Yeah.
Yeah, it skips all the BMOs, so you don't have to jump over those.
But now we get what many people consider to be the worst boss. I could definitely see why.
Yeah, it's very slow and very inconsistent. And sometimes his hands just regenerate, and for why? We are seeing Diamond Step from Jay here. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. Fortunately, he has the items that make it the fastest.
Yep. Gets the second try, so overall really fast. And there's our bait bag.
There's our bait bag. So
that does
logically
open a
required
big-
bait bag.
I know Jay still has to save Grandma, so he very well could go straight outset from here.
And a delicious feather.
I love it, Claire. Yeah, unfortunately Jay, I think he thought it was second night, so he was like, oh perfect, I can do it at Diamond Step. Now it's gonna be a little tough. He could go Tachi to Bomb Isle, but...
So there's a cool strat that you can use for Godan here, where if on your last arrow, you just throw it away, you actually get snot arrows from Godan, because Godan actually just like, gives you the items you need to beat him, because this is kind of like a test from the gods rather than like an actual boss. So he gives you the items to make sure that you can do it. But you get 10 arrows from him, which is better than beating him with and then leaving with 1 arrow, because you have more of them then.
But then some runners will actually run in Cyclists after this. It's what they do in Glitchless and a few other categories, so... Jay also desecrating our sacred game of golf.
It's a gentleman's game, lads. It's a gentleman's game. And you are soiling it.
Can't just be skipping holes like that.
That's a real Uncle Knox moment right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree, Crystal. Just DQ him. Get him out of here.
Alright, I'd be interested to see what Tanjo's gonna route in now. Looks like we're gonna see Cliff Plateau into BPR now, which is kind of smart to do at this point.
Mm-hmm. I think I would have liked to see him do it after Forbidden Woods, but honestly...
Yeah, not the worst play in the planet. He's a boss ahead now. He's a whole dungeon ahead. So jwiste has done a lot more overworld than he has, but that's like 15 checks that jwiste is gonna have to go through if he's not in Go mode by the time that he enters Taji.
Yeah.
And just you can go into high roll earlier. So if high roll is required, then that's very nice. Because now Tanjo is just Jawhala away from high roll checks.
Jay is actually going to go ahead and go to Ghost Ship. Not a bad play. Kind of sucks that he didn't get a better place to route it in, but hey, it's Wind Waker.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do, and honestly, the warp is fairly quick.
Yeah, this
it's not
isn't
the
too
worst thing
slow.
on the planet. And since you have the leaf, you can just—it's just very fast anyway. Let's see what Ghost Ship has.
It has light arrows.
Ooh, that's huge. That's
Wow.
huge. That's huge.
Jay is really making this lead bigger now. It really just depends on how fast Tanjo goes ahead and checks that, but
Yeah. So so the routing that he could take here is he could do Cliff Plateau into BPR, warp back to Forest Haven, and then do because he'll fire an ice by then. So if he goes to Ice Ring, that's where his Ghost Ship chart is. And so it's not the worst routing in the world. We are missing one sword. We know where 3 of them are.
Jay is actually going to head back to Outset here, so looks like we're finally getting to see Grandma get saved.
Grandma always required. Exclamation mark grandma.
Well, we'll also see the pig eat, but
I believe it's still daytime for him. Time
Yeah.
works kind of weird, in that like there's day and night, but there is like actual hours in the game that are dictated by a weird amount of time.
I think it's like 5 p.m. and 6 a.m. I think are like the cutoff for like when the game considers night and day. That may not be right. I'm not sure, but and there's Fire and Ice for Tanjo.
Yeah, this routing for Tanjo is gonna not make or break, but getting Ghost Ship chart early is always very nice because you can route it in at a certain time. And we're seeing Pig Yeet from jwiste.
Let's go, Jay.
That's checking the game. Yeet!
Oh, he's actually leafing across too. Wow. Look at the speed on this man.
All right, let's see what our Piggy has for us.
Just a hard piece.
Vanilla cringe.
Yeah, that's a little cringe.
Well, I'm actually not short, in case any of you didn't know. Super not short.
He's definitely not short.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen Bomb Island from Tanjo yet, so we're gonna see our Bomb Island checks.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see what Grandma's got.
Ooh,
Mail chain.
Mail into mail.
Unfortunately, this will be a very short mail chain because there's no other mail to get, but
Yeah, unfortunate.
just a feather. Okay. So Grandma not required, but honestly, we're only missing one item for go mode, so that's not overly surprising.
Yeah, the checks are gonna kind of start to get a little bit more sparse, seeing as we're looking for literally one item. So honestly, at this point, it's kind of looking like it's gonna be an ET.
It's very possible. Jay's gonna head to Tachi here. Not a bad play.
Yeah, no, it's
Really-
super smart. For the same reason that Tanjo pushing it earlier was, you just get it out of the way.
Yo, Wizard of Time. Thank you so much for the gift sub, dude. That's crazy.
PogChamp. Enjoy your ZSR emotes. Whoever just got that, make sure you give a nice big thank you if you're here.
I'm not going to try and pronounce that because that's really long, but...
Just call them Billy.
Shoutouts to Billy, whoever that is.
Big shoutouts to Billy. Alright, jwiste coming in here with light arrows is going to make it a little bit faster for him. He also has double magic and soup, which is just very convenient for a lot of checks. Leaping across is just always faster in scenarios, except for I think like one. If there's one, the second statue, it's faster if you already have the grappling hook out to just grapple across.
Yeah.
But it's like frames faster, and only if you do it, what's the word? Optimally. Sorry, I never do things optimally, so it's kind of weird to me.
Oh, I'm the exact same way, so What's an optimal?
I don't even know. I just follow the blue on my tracker.
True.
All right, Tanjo about to grab his hook shot, and his command melody. So we might see a push into ET after he grabs that. He'll have all the items that he needs to logically beat ET.
Jay didn't put on Hero's Charm.
Oh, jwiste about to get DQ'd for not putting on the Hero's Charm. This is unfortunate.
Gonna have to call him out later.
Some might even say that this is worse than cheating at golf.
Ooh, it's close, but it might be. It might be.
You do not love to see it. He still has time. He needs to put it on before he lands the final hit on Ganon. So he could pull it out. We shall see.
He's got some time, but I better see some Hero's Charm action, otherwise might have to have the Banhammer.
Alright, Tanjo loading them back up on some resources here. Tanjo did never check floating platforms in TWW. I think he did it because he knew that they were nothing, but I don't know if that was a gamble for him. I'm not sure what dungeon items he picked up.
He was missing map, big key, and a small key, so he knew it was a dungeon item in both chests.
Oh, yeah.
He just decided to skip big key, which I think is safe.
It's faster than big key being on top of floating platforms, especially since he got like second or third try storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the fun fact about this room, and I don't think I mentioned it when Tanjo went into it, but the room that Jay just opened, you actually don't even need to use both of the statues. You can put one statue down and then just stand on the other switch, and then it just stays open.
Yeah, this is the only switch in this dungeon that works like that. I think every other one you need to have a statue on it, but...
I think well, there's the one room in the first room and second floor.
Oh, true, yeah.
But it's expected that you do that because it only gives you 2 statues.
Yeah, right.
This is the only one where they give you 2 statues, and then you don't have to use both of the statues.
And there's command melody and hookshot for Tanjo, so he's catching up slowly. Obviously, we know Jay's gonna full clear Tachi, so, and this is by far a very slow dungeon, so
yeah,
Tanjo definitely can catch up.
If Jay goes and looks for the big key, that is, depending on how floating platforms goes, that could be a little bit of time lost for him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tanjo about to grab his ghost ship chart from Ice Ring. So hopefully he checks that soon so we can grab it. I don't see a reality in where Tanjo doesn't check all of Overworld before pushing ET, or at least most of it. Yeah, the last bow is in Ghost Ship. And Ghost Ship chart, it was on Ice Ring Isle.
Yep, so Tanjo's about to grab that. We'll see how long it takes him to check Ghost Ship.
Tanjo has everything to do Earth Temple right now. He's hoping that Earth Temple is dead, so he wants to find his light arrows, and he wants to find his last sword before he goes into Earth Temple, because Earth Temple is very slow to like do it full. But if you can go mode Earth Temple, it's very fast.
Yeah, Earth Temple is one of those it's a coin flip. If it's go mode, you love it because you're like, great, this is only going to be like 3 minutes or something. But full clear is like 20, so...
Well, yeah, because the interesting thing about Earth Temple is that it's very fast to just like run straight through to the boss door. You only need one small key. I think you need to break like you need to break the 3 Stong Stones, but you can skip all of them using storage. Oh, it's definitely slower than doing a bunch of random overworld checks. Earth Temple's very slow. It's a lot slower than you would think that it is.
Yeah, it's only, I think, like 15 checks or something, but all of them take a decent amount of time to get to and or do, so...
Yes, that's correct, Pogi. And Fire Mountain was Trevor.
In a literal sense, Trevor's not required, but for our hearts, he's required. We're also still missing our last Tingle statue, so that very well could be in ET.
True.
I don't know how many...
Tingle statue on Light Arrows maze? Just kidding. That's not how that works.
Actually, it could be.
Could be Tingle statue. Well, it could be in there, but then it wouldn't be required. Could be Tingle statue on MSC.
No, it could be.
And then, well, they have. The only thing that they're missing.
It could lead to light. Oh well, not this scene.
No, yeah, because he has a sword. But in general, yes. But as of right now, it could be final sword on ankle, last Tingle statue in MSC.
Pepega commentator. Don't mind me.
It's okay. Yeah, the only difference pretty much in routing is that jwiste did all of his overworld before Taji, and that was full clearing Taji, and Tanjo full cleared Taji, and is now probably going to go full clear the overworld.
Tanjo would be ahead if he gets... It really just depends on how fast he checks Go Ship. I think I saw it's at Diamond Step, so he's going to do the same thing Jay did.
The fact that Tanjo is a whole dungeon ahead is like kind of big, but it's only big if he doesn't like if he does overworld faster than Jay did, essentially. Otherwise, it's the same amount of time. Yeah, the only thing that light arrows speeds up in Taji is it makes the Dark Nut fight super easy. I think that's literally it.
That's the only, yeah.
You can kill some Armos with it, but
yeah. Oh, that's actually really unfortunate for Tanjo.
Ooh, that is so sad. It actually just turned daytime, which means not only is the Ghost Ship going to be gone, it's now going to be, I think, at Bomb Island. I think that's the next place after. I could be making that up.
Yep. No, it is. 5-head cup.
Yeah, this is a very close race.
Yeah.
Alright, Tanjo unfortunately going to grab some garbage from Needle Rock.
Yep. Obviously he doesn't know that, but
yeah, it's hard to know, like as a commentator and as like somebody who's watching the race, to be like, no, just go to Ghost Ship and then go to Earth Temple. But like, he's doing the smart thing. He's the meta for S4 has very much been who can route the fastest full clear, who can just roll through the 140 checks that are in the game. And that's kind of what both of our racers are doing right now. So it kind of just comes down to whoever executes the full clear the best. Their route has pretty much been the same.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you'll see runners trade stuff like, oh, this guy will do this first, this guy will do this first, but for the most part, it always just comes down to who's going to full clear.
It always comes down to who checks Angular and Forbidden Woods first.
True. As we saw today, Forbidden Woods, my god.
Forbidden Wood. Let me count. How many Forbidden Woods had?
It had
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 required items.
yeah, out of like 15 checks.
Mm-hmm. More than half of it being required. 7 if you include the boss.
Yeah.
We are going to see Diamond Step from Tanjo now. So he's going to grab his bait bag. It's around half. 15 is not divisible into integers.
True. Unless you have a half check somehow, but I don't know what that would be, so.
Yeah, Forbidden Woods had sword, it had a shard, it had 2 pearls, it had a bow, it had a bottle, and then it had the boss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was absolutely insanely loaded, so.
All right, we see the fast strats on Diamond Step from Tanjo.
Yep.
Yeah, 15 is not divisible into integers because an integer is a whole number. 15 divided by 2 is, or not divisible by half, I should say, into integers. I can do math, I promise.
Alright, let's see, is Jay gonna do the same thing Tanjo did? Or is he gonna go do platforms? Okay, looks like he's gonna look for his boss key.
Yeah.
Not a bad play. If it's vanilla, that definitely feels bad, but...
Yeah, if you do the floating platforms optimally, it's not the worst thing on the planet. It is definitely pretty smelly.
Unfortunately, small key on bottom, so he's gonna have to do the top, but...
Nice leaf pumps over.
Very clean from Jay.
Alright, Tanjo going to go check Cyclos now. Unfortunately going to get some hot garbage, but that is okay. That means we get to get some big frog.
True.
Ooh, vanilla boss key. That's very feels bad, man. That is very feels bad, man. Smart of him to do it. That's part of routing the full clear. He knew that one of those had to be a dungeon item. This is why these keys are the worst, one of the worst enemies in this game.
Yeah, I mean... It seems like they know you're trying to get up and they're saying, hey, that's not allowed. Bonk.
Alright, Tanjo getting treasure chart 23, treasure chart 35.
Kinda hype. That's someone's favorite chart, probably. I actually don't know, but... Looks like we're gonna see...
Pig Eat number 2?
Pig Eat number 2 incoming.
Has Tanjo saved Grandma yet? I don't think so.
He has not, I believe.
He's probably gonna go save Grandma then. Gonna buy some bait first though. This is smart.
Yep.
Mainly because you like have to do the check.
Well, yeah, it's kind of required, I guess.
I mean, it's debatable whether you'd consider it required or not. It's definitely helpful because it lets you do the check.
Oh yeah.
All right. It looks like this is gonna kind of come down to ET, whether or not.
Yeah.
I don't see. There's not much overworld left. There's Tingle, and I believe there's only Headstone sub and Top of Headstone. I'd be very surprised if Tanjo doesn't full clear the overworld, or all the overworld that he has available, before pushing ET, because ET go mode is just so much faster than anything, and he only has I think it's the same amount of overworld checks. He only has like 3 overworld checks left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it depends on his routing. Depends if he routes his overworld full clear.
He only has headstone left, it looks like. At least according to his tracker, so...
Yeah, he has headstone, he has his mail checks, and he has go ship.
Yep, and Jay looking pretty
Right.
similar. Headstone, ankle. I think he has all the mail, so...
It all comes down to whether or not Tanjo wants to bank on the overworld having his light arrows, which would make sense for him to just go push ET right now. Obviously, like, we're all biased because we know where all the items are.
Mm-hmm.
No gamer jump from jwiste.
No, unfortunately gets lasered, but...
Getting sniped out of the keys. LA are in go ship. Exclamation mark soup. Best item in the game. No, we are still currently looking for 1 sword, so it can either be the headstone sub, it can be top of headstone, it can be an MSC, it can be on the ankle check for 5 tingle statues, or it could be somewhere in Earth Temple.
Jay almost got the 1 cycle. That was very close.
Ooh. Tanjo grabbing Ghost Ship now?
It's a bomb. No, looks like he's headed
Straight to ET. Ooh.
This is interesting for Tanjo, because if the sword is on headstone, that means Jay will be able to just just go mode ET.
He could. He's probably not going to do this, but he could save at Earth Temple and then go do Ghost Ship and then just soft reset straight back to Earth Temple. He probably won't do that. It will be really smart of him with the information that we have to do that. Or he could just route a full clear of ET.
I couldn't see what was on top, unfortunately. I don't think it was a sword.
Tanjo probably saw that it was nothing, or else he would have like just checked it. Alright, we're seeing our 3rd to last overworld check.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, Boomerang make headstone sub. It's just a joke with it.
It's so easy when you have the boomerang. You just spam L and then spam your boomerang.
Yep.
I mean, Jay,
he's definitely ahead, but
he could delete all of his keys and then soft lock. Hopefully he doesn't do that. But if Jay just goes straight to Earth Temple, well, he has to because he's going there anyway. He's going to Headstone.
whatever delete keys in the race couldn't be me. Keck, wait.
Depends on where sword is in ET. That is true. Jay has not put on the hero's charm yet. Looks like Tanjo going to grab Ghost Ship.
All right, so we're essentially even going into our final dungeon here.
This is gonna come down to who pushes Earth Temple better.
Mm-hmm.
Tanjo grabbing his last letter.
Last mail, yeah.
Second
we do know
to
this
last,
is
I
empty,
should say.
honestly. That's true. Vital mail gets caught something. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go grab his light arrows.
So
Jay
Jay's
going to grab
be...
his piece of heart.
Yeah, so Jay will be maybe like a minute or two ahead going into ET. But really, with ET, anything can happen, so...
Yeah, comes down to... because what they could do is if they go for some storage strats, they could store the sword and then not realize that they have it for a hot second.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of comes down to whether or not they want to just go mode it and just bank on it being on one of the things that they store, and then having to trudge back through. Or it could be on Stalfo's Crypt, and that would be really bad. Or Stalfo's mini boss, I should say.
This is why you do left side first. But
I think it's still faster to clear the rest of it and then just go back and then do left side if you're doing a full clear.
it's not about speed, Cup. It's about
That's true.
5-heading the seed. It's always on left side. If you have one item,
it's all about gambling. To be fair, a lot of what's it called? Oh, Tanjo still hasn't checked flight control platform or Fire Mountain.
Flight control. Oh, yeah, Jay's actually quite a bit ahead here.
Yeah, so then it definitely just comes down to routing an Earth Temple and then Hyrule.
I completely forgot about these.
Jay is big ahead right now.
Yeah. It really just comes down to... Yeah, Jay did flight control a while ago, so...
jwiste has full clear the overworld except for his headstone checks and except for Tingle. There's a chart.
Oh, there's a chart, okay.
Yeah, Jay did everything on the overworld that he had open at the time. So everything that was possible for him to have done, he's done it. And it just comes down to ET. Could come down to Hyrule Gamble as well. Could come down to it being in Hyrule.
I know Tanjo does sometimes go for the Gamba, but
yeah, so very slow if you miss the grab. Not the worst flight control platform in the world. Doing the Fire and Ice arrows is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Tanjo's probably just going to clear the entire overworld and then go into ET, which is the smart thing to do. It just sucks because we know that his sword isn't anywhere except for in Earth Temple or somewhere else. That is locked behind Earth Temple. It would be tricky. It's not the worst play in the world. That's why it's a gamble. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So we get to see Jay's routing in ET now. It's going to be very exciting.
Yeah. He'll probably go for the full clear angle, if I had to guess, but who knows?
I believe they're doing all of their Bow 3 games today.
Yep, so there'll be all 3, well, if we need the 3rd game. I believe there's like a 15-20 minute gap in between games just to give the runners a break, maybe even longer. Who rolls the next seed? I don't know if it's gonna be George again or I don't know. Maybe someone can snipe it if the runners are all right with it, but. Okay, so according to
George will be rolling all the seeds today. We've just heard.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, all the bracket races are best of 3.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, all these ones are best of 3, I should say.
I don't know about Challenge Cup, but
Challenge Cup I believe is Bow 1 single elimination, but it could be wrong.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, compass behind destructible walls. I believe you only need 1. Well, if you want to do Stalfo's Crypt, you need 2, because you can skip a small key. You can like clip through some walls using storage and then hookshot a moblin to skip the small key for left side. So we'll see if he just routes a full clear or if he just does some other wacky stuff.
And there's Trevor for Tanjo. Rude.
Deleting Trevor.
Feels so bad, man.
Very feels
okay, so
bad.
Jay is gonna store this chest here. He does have a small key, so he could full clear left side if he wants to. I don't know if that's going to be what he'll do, but...
Yeah, I think this comes down to whether or not he's going to go mode Earth Temple or if he's just going to full clear it. Probably will full clear it.
I'd assume full clear, but
He's probably gonna skip left side though. Ooh,
Yeah.
looks like we're doing some
EGL skip.
yeah, skipping EGL. This is good. EGL is slow. Medley is slow. And
True.
Tanjo's coming to hold hands with Jay in Earth Temple.
Yep, might see another high five here, depending on what happens, but
Clean first Songstone skip. Very, very. That is a hard clip to get. You have
That
to
rope-
very precisely pull your leaf.
that
and
rope is deceptively hard.
It's very hard. It's very easy to fall there, and if you fall, then you just have to void out or get grabbed by one of the floor masters, and then try again with a different chest. There's his second key in Floor Masters. So I'll be interested to see if Tanjo does a different route. If he skips medley like Jay is, or does something else. I know Tanjo's ET is very clean. We have a race on our hands.
We do have a race.
Alright, and Jay gonna be storing this chest most likely. Unfortunate. Bomb push
Yeah.
storage is very not the easiest.
Yeah, luckily we do have setups that make it semi-consistent, but even then, still not easy, so... So we won't know... We actually won't know what Jay stored until he enters the boss, so... At this rate, it'll still be another 2 or 3 rooms, or I guess he could void in the next room here, if he wants.
Okay, he could void in the next room and then store the third crypt.
Yeah.
But it looks like he just, well, we won't
No, he's
know
gonna-
until...
No, we might.
Yeah,
We'll see.
void out in there. That's smart, because then if you stored the sword, then you'll know.
Okay, so it was not in Floor Masters. To answer the question, yeah, it'll the yellow gem will appear on the sword when Jay does get his final master sword. Also, you'll see that kind of like streak when he pulls it out, but I don't know if that's gonna be how we figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know when the actual HUD image updates.
That's what Poggy said. The game has to be reloaded, so either voiding out, save warping, stuff like that will do it.
Entering a loading zone, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe you can see it on the actual in-game model as well. Tanjo going for storage in first crypt as well, which is smart. So
it
I
looks
think
like
we're
he's
gonna
gonna be
see the
joining
same
Jay.
route.
Yeah.
Unless he pushes left side. He could do the small key skip here. Looks like he's gonna do the same
No.
exact thing. This is smart. This is definitely like the smart thing to do. Check as few checks as possible. Hope you find the thing and then just book it out.
Yeah, it's probably the safest ET route that we have.
Sword! We got a sword! Sword is at
It's
third
third
crypt. Jay's gonna be in go mode right after this fight. That's huge. That is huge.
So he'll have a nice, comfortable lead heading into. Oh no, Tanjo.
Tanjo unfortunately falling there. That's what I was talking about. It's very not complicated, but it's precise to do that trick. So now he's gonna have to do the walk of shame back and grab medley.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, that's very unlucky. Jay's gonna have a very sizable lead, so it looks like it's gonna come down to high roll, honestly.
I didn't really see what happened, Gob, but from what I understand. But according to Gabri, yeah, that was just really unfortunate for Tanjo. Oh,
Sometimes it just doesn't let you grab the ledge and you just fall. Not necessarily GG. Does put Jay on a very, very sizable lead.
yeah.
But it's never over till the sword is in Ganon's forehead.
True.
You can grab specific ledges, Mikey. You can't grab it depending. I think the reason you can grab that ledge is because you're grabbing it on a corner.
Yeah. It's very weird. Storage doesn't work. Or it does work, but it's very strange how it works.
We know it's in third crypt because we can see it on Jay's HUD overlay.
That's also true.
If you look on his B button, there's a little yellow gem in it. That's how you know. Also, his sword is very shiny.
Look at that look at that shine, man.
Beautiful final shard from Valhalla.
Yep. So Jay is going to be entering Hyrule at about 140. Very
You
easily
definitely cannot grab ladders.
Yeah. If it's... The game has two ways of checking Link's collision, and a lot of them were built that he needs to have both to grab stuff. Although certain ledges weren't for some reason, it's really weird. But... Wind Waker's a very strange game. That's the only way I can really explain it.
Very true. Alright, we're gonna see our dip into Hyrule. Still has not put on his hero's charm. So as much as we say that jwiste has a lead, he is unfortunately still DQ'd. If jwiste does have an optimal Hyrule, it is looking like it is going to be GG. But like I said, the Wind Waker is Wind Waker. And you know, going into Ganon with 3 hearts is kind of scary.
Yeah, Ganon deals a full heart of damage, and he can combo you down. So, and there's really not much you can do about it. So,
yeah,
it's not over. But
for a top tier runner like jwiste should be no problem. But like I said, it's not over till it's over.
Mm-hmm. Gob, I'd recommend you go back and watch this VOD, because this seed was insane. That's the only way to really put it.
JD, there's only so many heart pieces and heart containers that are thrown into the logic, and if you don't pick up the ones, or if they're not shuffled into the logic, because they're considered garbage items, in the same way that spoils and rupees are. So sometimes you just get unlucky with your seed, or not necessarily unlucky, you just get different RNG with your seed, and you don't get a ton of hearts, and you don't get a ton of health. So there's not necessarily a reason. The reason is just the chest didn't have health in them. Alright, and Tanjo was about to grab his last sword. Exactly. It just wasn't on the way.
That's not entirely true, Lois, because we will see seeds where runners will still get like 5-6 hearts. It's just really certain seeds just...
Yeah, there's seeds. This was not a very healthy seed. We'll say that. No. All right, nice trial skip here from jwiste. Just walking through the door, not even worried about it.
He's just smurfing. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, they should do that in the speed run. It's a lot faster than what they do. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, why would you have to do like a ledge clip and all that? Ew. Just roll right through. Forehead.
Do you see all those frames that jwiste just saved? Sidling through that door? That saves like between 3 and 7 frames, depending on who you ask. It was definitely between 1 and 1,000 frames that he just saved by sidling through that door.
True. And Tanjo has now hit his go mode here. Obviously after beating Jahala, but...
Yeah. And Jay walking up the grand staircase. Gonna kill some moblins, kill some dark nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he stored the frames. He's gonna get them on his next loading zone.
True, true. He is
Nice
frog walking
double
his way up
moblin
the...
No double dark nut, unfortunately. It is, I think, literally slower to do the double dark nut snipe, but it is so cool. It is slower, but consider the swag.
A little low there for the early shot, but...
Alright. jwiste entering PG.
Gets the first shot.
Nice. Ooh, that was very close. PG is a fickle beast.
Gets number
Sometimes... Ooh, that was a nice snipe. Good.
Not a bad
good
phase
snipe.
one.
Alright, double crip into double task shot.
Yo, let's go, Pog.
Notice how he didn't even get storage during this fight, and thus shoot him during the cutscene.
I know.
He should work on that.
Honestly, if you aren't going for task shot, like, what are you doing with your life, honestly?
Yeah, not even going for mid-boss fight bomb drop storage.
Nickel, it's possible, but it's literally...
If you have not watched the Puppet Ganon TAS by, I believe it's by Azer, you super should. It is so nice. It is 53 seconds, I believe, and it's beautiful.
I believe like the fastest human Puppet Ganon was like a minute or something. It was like a minute 10 or something.
Yeah, it's a minute and some change.
Alright, Tanjo about to join Jay in Hyrule here. Still should be sub 2 for him, so really, this was just a close race all the way through.
Goes for the TAS shot.
Unfortunately misses it, but...
I believe each of the cutscenes is only around 5 to 10 seconds each. Could be around 20, maybe a little bit higher. This is a very fun scene to watch, honestly. Not a lot of extraneous items. A lot of just like, we're just gonna zoom through.
Yeah, it was weird though, because we only ended with both runners full cleared anyway, or almost full cleared. So...
I wonder where the last Tingle statue... Tingle statue has to be in Hyrule then, right?
No, it was ET basement left side.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
But we don't know that, obviously, but...
Fair. But think about how cool it'd be if it was in Light Arrow Maze.
That would be pretty pog.
Nice fast climb. The fast climb is always so fun to watch, but it is so painful to do.
Yeah... That's why I maybe go like halfway up, and then I'm like, alright, I'm high enough now. I'm just gonna stop.
I go about as high until my hands start hurting, and then I go, okay, I'll take that. I would rather take that than fall.
Fair enough.
Nice grapple skip.
Didn't even go for Pog slide though.
Didn't even go for it. So sad.
A little disappointing.
Alright,
Save your hands.
Are we gonna see Iron Boot magic armor? Probably.
Does not appear so.
Very sad. No Hurricane Spin this seed.
Little weird.
That was a very nice first phase Ganon. The damage boosting off of the barrier there actually doesn't do any damage to you. Lets you keep your suit buff and gives you invincibility frames.
Yep.
It's very nice. Now Jay still has not put on the hero's charm. So as good as a victory as this is going to feel for him, he unfortunately is still DQ'd.
True.
It looks like that is going to be GG.
Yep.
From Jay. Big
Final
pogs. Magoo in chat.
Yes.
I'll wait for his official time, but 147.43, not bad.
All right, so just so people know, we do have Tanjo. Since Tanjo's not going, Tanjo will be finishing up. He will play that perspective out. The racers, since this is the game series, the racers and the racers wanted to do it back to back. They have we have just coordinated in the race time room that the next race for them will be starting on the hour. So for us, it's going to start 10 minutes after the hour. So once Tanjo hops off here, we'll be going on a roughly, I believe, 50-minute break. And then we'll be back for game 2.
Nice.
I guess I can update the best of 3 tracker. Game 1 to
That is
jwiste.
Yeah.
Big pog.
And I guess if you didn't see in chat, we also will not be having our interview in between the first 2 races. However, after game 2, I believe, no matter what, there will be one, I believe, so stick around, because still got plenty of Wind Waker action, so...
Nice shot from Tanjo. Ooh, very nice PG1. Very, very, very nice. That was very clean.
Is the gamble for each race? I'm assuming each race, but...
Yeah, I would believe it's each race.
Oh, true, Blanc, true.
Well, he's only DQ'd from this race, so we still need to race the next one. And then if he wins the next one, then we'll go to game 3. Because he was unfortunately disqualified from this race for not putting on the Hero's Charm and for cheating at golf.
Well, both runners cheated though, so those DQs kind of cancel out.
That's fair, but Tanjo put on the Hero's Charm.
True.
As we're wrapping up here with Tanjo, I do want to remind people that because, you know, I don't think you all want to, like, any commentator wants to sit here for like potentially 9 hours straight, so we'll be having a new set of commentators. Let me just double check who these are. Get them, you know, get them hyped a little bit. We'll be having Clarion and Kerala on for commentary. And while we're at it, at shouting out volunteers, I want to give a lovely shout out to our trackers for this match in particular. We have Sir Clip and Helican Haley tracking this match. I believe Helican Haley will also be tracking the next match. And since it's always awkward to shout out yourself, I also want to give a lovely shout out to Orange Plastic Cap and Snacks, both of them commentating this race. Thank you so much, and thank you for your work.
Of course.
Thanks for having us. I had a lot of fun.
No problem. No problem.
Oh yeah. And huge shout out to George for...
Big shout outs to George.
I believe... George, are you doing all 3 races, or...?
Very, very likely. There's a chance I may have to dip out for race 3, but...
Okay. But either way, even doing 2 races...
Yeah, can we get some big pogs for George? Restreaming 2 races back-to-back is no small feat. That's
well,
like
3,
6 hours
potentially.
Potentially 3.
Yeah.
6 to 9 hours of just sitting in front of your computer. So, like, big shout-outs to him. Thanks for giving up your day for us.
No problem. I'm a marathon restreamer, so I do, like, marathon production and stuff, so I'm very used to that.
Nice. True. Tanjo actually making Pogi very sad, pulling out bombs there. Could just be quick spinning and could just save some bombs or just snipe them, because the snipes are in fact free. According to Pogi, at least. I don't know if I would personally.
George has a comfy freaking chair to do all this. True.
I sure hope so.
Oh, I do. Don't you worry. Got a very comfy chair here. But yeah, you're all like getting back-to-back action. We're not even we're going to have for VOD purposes. We are going to have to, I believe, cut the stream temporarily. I'm not 100% sure about that. I believe it's okay if I just cut the stream on the next countdown section. So on the next countdown, there will be a quick interruption to your VOD, just to make sure VOD on the Twitch are separate. But aside from that, we've got potentially 2 more games of more action. I'm hoping for 2 more games. I like it when it comes down to the wire.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's always fun to watch.
Oh yeah, of course. The tensions get high. Honestly, this race was still very close. 6 minutes, like between the two of them, is like insane. I just realized that Tanjo is doing magic armor strats. That's so epic of him.
Oh no.
Ooh,
Didn't get in range in time.
unlucky. Zelda not being nice today.
No, he didn't get in range in time to
Well, he also got sniped.
Oh yeah. But GG's to Tanjo.
Nice.
GG's.
GG.
Right around
Quality.
345.
Quality. Good stuff.
Yeah, honestly, this race was insane. Both runners played their hearts out. I know I'll be hanging out in chat for game 2 and maybe 3, but
Me as well.
All right. Well, before we head out here, since you are not, I believe you are not commentating the second one. Any last words you want to have on stream?
Big pogs to both of the runners. GG. Thanks for being a great chat. Thanks for having me, ZSR, and thanks for having both of us.
yeah, like what Cup said. GG's to both runners. Thanks for chat for being awesome. Again, thanks to George for all his work today. It's insane.
Big shout out to the trackers.
Yep.
To Haley and Kilp. Haley is gonna be tracking the next game as well, which is really cool of her. Again, sitting in front of a screen for like 6 hours is very hard, and you're giving up your day. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for doing that.
And always remember Sussy Baka.
Big true.
All right, folks. Catch you soon for game 2.